How's everybody doing? This is Pete. We are live. I was going to do a video the other day with Minnie, but she didn't want to do one last Saturday. She's afraid I'll get her mad. So, anyway, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I know this is a Monday morning, and let me get this right here. How's that sound? Yeah, that's better. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So, I know it was kind of a long weekend for my friend Pete. Hang on, let me get all set up here real quick, because I'm not even set up. So, let's get our channel up here. There we go. Okay, so as I was saying, that we were going to do a live video Saturday. I was trying to talk Minnie into doing it. She won't do it. She's afraid she'll get all pissed off and storm out. So I guess that's the kind of action I foresee on her. We got Robert Williams with us. I want everybody to say a prayer for Robert. He's not doing too good. He's in very bad shape right now. And I don't want to explain to everybody what his situation is. I didn't get permission to do so. So if you can, leave a prayer for our buddy Robert Williams, I'd really appreciate it. We got Lightstorm, Sean, Donald, Deer Slayer, and Paul's Way, Slavko. How you doing, Slavko? And we got Dino and Donald King. But we don't have no assholes yet, but I'm sure they'll show up. So, the weather got a little nicer out here. I went for a walk on Saturday. I walked 3 miles. And when I got back, I sat down. When I got up, something happened with my sciatic nerve, I guess. And I don't know what the hell was going on, but boy, it hurt like hell. And then I went riding my bike yesterday. I rode my bicycle yesterday. Made it feel better, and then I rode my bicycle this morning again. So if you can do it, get out and exercise. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. You need to get out, and you need to exercise, and you need to move, okay? Do as much moving around as you can. I came on here because of the American tariffs. And I was going to bring those up, that tariffs, I'm going to ask you a question. Are they a good thing for America? Are they a good thing for the world? In 1930, I believe, let me go ahead and pull this up because I don't want to sound like I'm stupid. I was reading about tariffs, and I believe in 1930, the Tariff Tax of 1930, also known as the Smoot-Hawley Tariff, increased tariffs on imported goods in the United States. The law was signed by President Herbert Hoover. Now, from my understanding, Herbert Hoover wasn't the best president in the United States. I think that when he was president, America was pretty much going down hill, and that's what basically caused part of the situation that caused the Great Depression. Donald Trump, President Trump, went ahead and set tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Of course, Canada came back and said, we're going to do this and we're going to do that to you. And, I kind of feel sorry for the people up in the East Coast, because if Canada turns the power off on the East Coast, no one's going to have power. Now, I don't know how Trump is going to control that, since they get their power from Canada. That's what I understand. I'm not too sure about that. But my take on it is tariffs are not good for middle-class America. Tariffs aren't good for the poor class of America. The rich class of America doesn't really give a shit. They got money to burn. They got money to spend. And who gives a crap? For the working man in America, tariffs to me are not good. It's going to raise the prices of food. It's going to raise the price of gas. It's going to raise the price of electricity and everything else that we import from other countries. As far as China goes, I don't know what to say. I know that a lot of the stuff that I bought from China and nowadays is junk. It's pure junk and total trash. If you buy something made in America, they're going to charge you 10 times more than what you buy in China because of wage increases and the cost of living and everything else that it takes to survive in America. So America can't go down on the prices of made in America products because if they do, they won't have any employees to make those products. You can thank the Democratic Party for that, where they have raised the cost of living so high that we have almost more homeless people than we do people that actually can afford to live with a roof over their head. This is all caused from deterioration of our government and our society not giving a shit. I'm saying this because a lot of people nowadays, they don't really care who the president is or who's in control of our government because they just don't care. A lot of people out there would rather vote for a Democrat, which basically Democrat, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, is short for democracy. And if you listen to some news outlets, they will call America a democracy, which is not true. America is not a democracy. If you want to look at an example of what democracy is, look at California. California is a democracy, but yet their flag, I'm sorry, did I say fag? That might go together with California. California's flag says Republic of California, which is not true. California is not a republic. California is a democracy run by a dictator. Kind of like Canada. Canada is a democracy run by a dictator. And it seems like, I thought the guy said that he stepped down. Well, he's still running the country and putting Canada in the ground. As I was flicking through TikTok one day, this was probably Saturday, maybe yesterday, the day that I'm talking about, I noticed that there's a lot of Canadians that are glad Trump put the tariffs on Canada because the corrupt government that is running the Canadian countryside is corrupt and destructive and does nothing for their country. So there's a lot of people in Canada that are actually happy about the tariffs. Am I happy about tariffs? Well, I'm going to say I'm on the fence about tariffs because I don't know if tariffs are going to do anything for me. Now, here's a situation for all you self-employed people out there, such as me. And this is why I wanted to get Minnie out here because Minnie had a totally different output on it. But let me ask you a question. I'm self-employed. I'm working anywhere from 10 to 15, 16 hours a day. And I'm not talking 5 days a week. I'm talking here lately in the last 7, 8 months, 6 or 8 months, it's been every single day. I worked yesterday all day. I worked Saturday all day. And I'll be working today all day. I get up around 3:30, 4 o'clock every morning. And I go to bed around, I don't know, whenever I get tired. That's usually when most people go to bed. And then the next day, I do the same thing. So I'm going to ask you a question. President Trump says, well, we're going to go ahead and not tax overtime employees. Now, where does that set the self-employed person that works 10 and 20 hours a day struggling to pay their bills? Where does that put that person like my friend Pete? So, that's one of the disadvantages, I guess. This is what Minnie's take was on it. is that, well, that's the disadvantage of being self-employed. You don't get the benefits of being employed by a professional employer. Okay, I am professional. Why did you have to throw that word in there? I am a professional and I am employed. So, where does the situation and the gratification of, let's not tax this guy, but we will go ahead and take the taxes off of him. We'll tax him, but not him. So it's a catch-22 situation that says we're basically screwed. ProTech says Sammy Salami gets a Happy Meal today for $1.99. Let's hope that McDonald's will sell us a Happy Meal for that price. So then you got, what else was he going to do? He's going to make sure, and then I heard that putting tariffs on other countries for America will eliminate income tax completely. Now, I don't know how that'll work. Okay, I really don't know how that will work to eliminate income tax. Believe it or not, for all you folks out there that didn't know this, but way back in the day, we never had income tax. I believe it was like 1910 or 1903 or something. Maybe 1920, I don't know. But that's when income taxes actually started. Now, this isn't the first time that tariffs have been set upon America and the government has decided to do what they want to do without voting it in. That's the thing. They say that America is a free country. There is stuff that we can do for free, but we can't do everything we want for free. We still live under a government-controlled country that is going to do what they want, how they want, and they're going to push it on us to make it sound like it's the best thing for us. So our tariff's going to be good when the gas prices go up 75 cents, $1.50, $2 a gallon. Is that going to be good for us? Our tariff's going to be good when we go to the grocery store. We're already paying $120 for a bag and a half of groceries, but now we're going to have to pay $200 for that bag of groceries because it's good for our country. And trillions and trillions of dollars have been forked out to all these other countries, and America is the losing pigtail in the donkey's ass. Like I said, middle class right here, maybe you, it ain't good, okay? And when the president comes back a couple days later and announces that beware, the tariffs may cause some depression and inflation, but that's okay. It's all going to work out in the end. When is the end? When will the end be where America is great? Do you see what I'm saying? So we get our government that signs these bills to make it sound like those are good, but then on the other hand, they come back and do this, which makes it bad for us. I think what this is going to do, this is going to raise all of the economic structure where we're going to get in more debt and we're going to be in the hole more. And people are going to start using their credit cards more and more because we're already in debt with credit cards. Now, I got some credit cards, but I'm smart with my cards. The only time I use my cards is when I have money in the bank to pay the bill off the next week. So what I'll do, for an example, I'll take my credit card and I will order parts for a car. And then next week, I'll pay that credit card off. And what that does, that keeps me in good standing with credit. But then on the other hand, since I own my shop and my house outright, and, I really don't give a fuck about credit. Do I really need my credit cards? Do I really need credit? So there's a lot of people in America that are living off credit cards. They're in debt up to their assholes. And now tariffs have been put upon us. And, you know, this is all leading into another Great Depression. That's my opinion. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Hang on 1 minute. I need to type something in. I want to ask a question here. Let me see here. Act. Okay, so what I asked the computer here is, did the tariffs, the 1930 American Tariffs Act, start the Great Depression? And the AI computer, I'll go ahead and read what it says. It says, no, the 1930 American Tariffs Act, also known as Smoot-Hawley Tariffs Act, did not start the Great Depression, but it is widely considered to have significantly worsened, are you listening to this? It is widely considered to have significantly worsened the effects by triggering a global trade war with retaliatory tariffs from other countries, thus further contracting the already struggling global economy. Many historians believe it contributed to deepening the depression rather than causing it outright. So when I say that it started the depression, that's basically what I was talking about. All right? It basically lit the fuse to cause the downfall of not just America, but the rest of the world, to cause World War II, which would actually be the war that would restructure the world. Does that make any sense? Now, there's these people out there that are predicting, these predictors, that by 2039, we are going to have another World War III. That by 2039, will be a 100-year anniversary, and by that year, World War III will be in effect. So, we don't know. But everything that's going on right now is basically the same thing that went on back then. Back then, we had a shitty president. He basically put us in the gutter, drove us down into the sewers of the shithole. And then here comes our wonderful, great president that would take over and be president for 4 terms and save the world. Basically the same thing going on. We went through the Great Depression back then. We're going through a Great Depression now. I don't care what anybody says. I think that it is a depression or the starts of one. And I don't know where America is being great. So that's my decision. What do tariffs do for America? There's a lot of people out there making videos telling you what they're doing. My opinion, what they're doing, they're going to screw us in the ass. That's my opinion of what they're going to do. Once again, I don't care about the legal jargon of it. Or here's a situation somebody wrote that says, how does a tariff work for dummies? Okay, I might be that dummy, okay? I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the smartest guy in the world. I'm not. But I do use my common sense to figure shit out. So this is off Wikipedia, and it says, tariffs on imports are designed to raise the price of imported goods and services to discourage consumption. The intention for the citizens to buy local products instead, thereby stimulating their country's economy. Tariffs therefore provide an incentive to develop production and replace imports with domestic products. Well, that's all good and dandy. That's all good and great that we're going to put tariffs on Canada and Mexico now, since everything that we buy in America is sky-high priced. Let's go ahead and throw tariffs to make everything else more pricey, more expensive, so it's going to take us more money to survive. Do you get what I'm saying? And the employers of all the employees that aren't going to have to pay taxes on their overtime are going to have to pay their employees more money to compensate for all the high prices and all the cost of living that's still going up from Make America Great. Do you get my picture here? Are you following what I'm trying to say? I don't understand how America is being made great. I'm a dummy. I got my head in a donkey's ass. Tell me how America is going to be great when the cost of living is going to go up. We're going to have to rely on Americans to make our products now, which consists of us paying more money for the American-made product. The employers are going to have to pay the employees more money to buy the American-made product. If Canada turns off our electricity on the East Coast, then that means that America is going to charge the East Coast more money to turn their lights on. Do you understand here? I don't understand where tariffs are going to make America great again. Now, as far as giving trillions and trillions of dollars and poor America, we don't have any money. Give me some fucking money. If you're so concerned, if the government and the president are so concerned about throwing all these trillions of dollars, free money to other countries like Ukraine, why don't they line our bank accounts? Why don't they give all the homeless people in California money in their bank accounts to go rent apartments instead of letting BlackRock? Has anybody heard? Is it Blackstone or BlackRock? I believe it's BlackRock. The big giant corporation that has cornered the market on the housing industry and is charging $1,500, $1,800, $2,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. If you want to make America great, President, give me some money. Give me some free money. Give me a free apartment. Let me go buy 10 houses in Florida and have a war in Ukraine. Because that's what the Ukrainian president is. He owns 10 or 12 beautiful houses in Florida. But yet on the other hand, he's sucking ass over in Ukraine, causing war and causing death. Let's go back to the George Bush Jr. days. What about that president? We're going to make America great. I'm the best president in the world. We're going to do everything we can. Love me. Love me. He didn't cause terrorists, but he's caused chaos. He caused war. Did you know that Osama bin Laden used to work for George Bush cartel? He was an employee for the George Bush cartel, the oil cartel. He worked for them, Osama bin Laden. When the Twin Towers both blew up and went down, and we're going to get to that in a minute because I don't think that, I think America blew those buildings up. Laugh if you want, I don't give a shit. The only way a building is going to implode is if you put discharges in the elevator shafts. That's the only way a building will implode. I don't believe that an airplane crashing into a building is going to make steel reinforced, concrete, steel reinforced building that humongous collapse and implode. I don't believe it. And then, what was it, 2 blocks away? The other building, the CIA secret agency building that had all the records, it completely imploded. We're getting off track here, but you know what? I don't care. Because this all leads into the American government. This all leads into the destruction of what the middle class American goes through. like I said, if you're a rich man or rich, you don't give a shit. Who cares? So what? Oh, I got to pay $80 more for my electricity this month. Fuck it. Pay it. Who cares? Oh, I got to pay another $1 for a gallon of gas. I don't care. I'm a millionaire. I don't care. Oh, America just gave Ukraine another $6 billion. That's all right. I don't give a shit. I got millions of dollars in the bank. I don't care. You know, instead of giving them money, why don't they give us money? If we're such a great country and we're supposed to be, this is a free country and all this other shit, and they're complaining about trillions of dollars going out of America, why don't they give us money? Why don't they give some money to us, put it in our bank accounts, and say, there you go. Everybody's a millionaire now. Did you know that most of the world doesn't even like America? Everything that America does, they disagree with. So, to me, putting tariffs on these other countries, the way that's going on, I believe that to me, it's not a good thing for the middle class America, which makes up probably 85% of America. So if you think that I'm wrong, I want you to leave a comment and tell me I'm wrong. Because I don't think I'm wrong. Okay? I only see one brown-nosed in the chat. I don't know what that means. Protect says that the buildings fell at free fall speed. Yeah, he did. You're right. The electricians that went in the night before the work, you can see the detonations and slow motion before the plane impacts. Do you know who's in charge? Listen to this shit. And you can look this all up if you want. I don't care. Jeb Bush was in charge of installing new security systems in both of the Twin Towers approximately 7 months before the Twin Towers collapsed. So they would close the whole building down. Everybody in the buildings had to be out. You couldn't be in the buildings at all. I think it was at 10 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning. Only top secret people were allowed in the buildings. Now go figure that shit, okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe another country blew those buildings up. I think that was a detour for George Bush to go over Saddam Hussein, to go after Saddam Hussein. Because he threatened Saddam Hussein several years before and said, I will get you. I will get you. Lisa Ellis says conspiracy. Yeah, well, it might be a conspiracy, and we'll never know the truth. But I don't give a shit. Maple syrup here is still $20 a bottle for a small bottle. Yeah, I believe it. But America's great because we can pay $20 for a bottle of maple syrup. I don't see anything being great about America, okay? Trump did come out on a speech and said that Trump did come out and he said that, yeah, I did vote for, okay, hold on here. Somebody just said if you voted for Trump, you voted for higher tax rates. I'm going to tell you right now, I did vote for Trump because I want you to close your eyes and dream about the other party running the operation still. So yes, I did vote for Trump. I can say that our country is better than it was a month ago, but I mean, I might be saying a bunch of bullshit here and talking out my ass, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't see it getting any better. I don't think America is getting great. I think the government is a rigged contest. That's what I think. I think the government is all rigged, and you and me will never know because we're not invited to the party and to the openings and everything else going on. But we just have to do this, people. You got your situation that surrounds you, okay? That's the only thing you should be worried about. if you dig deep and throw your head into the shit pile of the news media, and all you do is concentrate on politics and what they're doing for us and what they're not doing, you're going to have a miserable life. You're going to live a miserable life, and all you're going to do is bitch and complain, and before you know it, you're going to die, okay? I say, concentrate on what's going on around you in your surroundings and do the best you can, because we have no control of what's going on. What I'm saying here is nothing. All this is entertainment for the few people that watch my videos. That's all this is. Nobody that's in control is going to watch my video and say, you know what, this guy's right. This guy's right. They're not going to do that. They're going to look at me and laugh. All right? They're going to laugh, and they don't care. I can share this video on Trump pages and other government issued stuff throughout the internet, and they'll delete the video because they don't give a shit. So, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, I got to go to work. We got a guy named Steve here that is kind of being a joke. He's really not saying nothing yet. Alcoholics stand by each other. Well, guess what, Steve? Did you hear what Canada's going to do? They're going to quit selling. They're going to quit importing liquor, so all the alcoholics are going to, have to give it up. Since Canada says they're going to put tariffs on all the alcohol coming through the country, they're going to double the tariffs. And then what happens? Now that Trump, he did put 25%, he said if we have retaliation, it's going to double. So now he's putting 50% on them. And then what's Canada do? They're going to come back and put 50 on us. Then it's going to be 75. Then all of a sudden, it's going to be 300 or 900,000% tariffs. And then who's all fucked in? I mean, my opinion is grow a fucking garden in your backyard. You still got time to plant. Grow your own fucking food. And tell everybody to fuck off. Okay? That's what I say. That's what I say. And if that doesn't work, fuck it. Harley Handler says, my friend Pete's worth $19.99. Thank you very much, Harley Handler. We appreciate that. All I can say is, you know what? If the presidents are going to get on TV and they're going to bitch and complain about giving money to all these other countries, and America's lost trillions and trillions of dollars, where the fuck is my money? I live in America. I was born and raised here. I'm a U.S. citizen. Give me some fucking money. I think we all ought to get together. We ought to get about 10 million people together and stomp the fucking White House and say, I want my free money. Where's my money, bitch? That's what I think we ought to do.